Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 10.
It can be, really frustrating and time-consuming to track down everything.
More trouble with mail delivery in the Fargo-Moorhead area. This time, a little different.
A Fargo woman says she took the extra steps to track her mail with no success. So she called our whistleblower hotline. Valley News Team's Melanie Palmer finds out what's causing the delays.
That experience has happened several times, I would guess probably 30 in the past year.
Frustrated, annoyed, and fed up. That's how this Fargo woman, who didn't want to be identified, says she feels. Adding, she's been plagued with mail delivery problems from the Prairie Wood Post Office, something that started a little over a year ago.
Sometimes it was Monday, sometimes it wouldn't be until Friday that the package would actually show up. So I never, gave it a whole lot of thought. I just kind of wondered, well, this is normal now.
So she got the Informed Delivery app that's been recommended to help track packages.
They'll track the mail you're supposed to get for that day, so you'll see what you're supposed to get.
But even with the app indicating there should be a delivery, she says she's still getting nothing, or the package comes days later. And now for this woman, she doesn't know what to do next. She says she's already having the post office hold her packages, which she claims hasn't always been reliable.
Told me the package was at the post office, so I went to the post office, spoke with a woman there who said, I don't know where it is, we can't find it.
Making matters worse, she tells us she's having a hard time getting help with the problem. We called the Prairie Wood Post Office to see what's causing the delays.
Thank you for calling. Current hold time is between 44 minutes and 1 hour and 5 minutes.
But didn't have much luck. We also reached out to the postmaster for Fargo and have yet to hear back. In the meantime, this woman says she's filed a claim with the U.S. Postal Service and hopes something will change at this post office. In Fargo, Melanie Palmer, Valley News Live.
U.S. Senator John Hoeven has vowed to get to the bottom line of why South Fargo residents, some are having persistent issues with receiving their mail, especially from the Prairie Wood Post Office. Meetings have been held, but no plan of action has been announced. If you need help uncovering an issue in your community, call our whistleblower hotline, 237-6576, and leave your tip. We'll do our best to get to the bottom of it.
I think everyone so badly wants to put away their shovels and snow blowers, but apparently not yet. There's another blast of snow headed our way. Hutch, how are things looking as we get up tomorrow for work or school?
Well, some of us will see flakes flying already. A quiet evening here in the FM area, and all in all, temperatures for many of us still above zero. A little bit of snow developing, mainly in the western Dakotas, and that will be spreading our way overnight. Here's how it transpires as we head through the overnight hours. Sub-zero temperatures in northwest Minnesota to start your morning. The snow spreads mainly along and south of Interstate 94. I don't think much in the way of accumulation for the morning drive, but it does look like the snow continues into the day tomorrow. More on that in a minute. Expect temperatures to be pretty steady through much of the overnight. Increasing clouds, and yes, a few flakes in Fargo will be possible by daybreak. Up north, it'll take till midday.
I can handle a few flakes. That's okay.
Good.
All right, thanks.
A West Fargo teacher is on paid leave while an investigation is underway surrounding an incident earlier this week. The school district cannot provide a lot of details about what happened involving Daniel Mocktel, but the Cheney Middle School teacher does have previous issues in his personnel file. In a 2014 review, a district employee recommended renewing Mocktel's contract, but only if he met specific requirements. For instance, he had to guarantee that he would not have any physical contact with students. According to the review, Mocktel touched a student's chest without asking when explaining anatomy. Also, he couldn't use sexual or disgusting phrases around students, and he couldn't verbally or physically intimidate them either. At this point, there's no timeline as to when the investigation will conclude. West Fargo police did say they are not involved in any related investigation.
Police want you to know about a high-risk sex offender living in the Northern Valley. 32-year-old Justin McGregor has moved to 317 North 7th Street in Grand Forks. It's just a few blocks away from Grand Forks Central High School. He's been convicted of multiple sex crimes with minors ranging from ages 5 to 16. Police call McGregor a high-risk and sexually dangerous individual.
A Minnesota House committee has passed a proposed red flag law that would allow families and police to get court orders to temporarily remove guns from people judged to be an imminent danger to themselves or others. The House Public Safety Committee approved the bill 10-7 along party lines today. Critics of the red flag law argued that it violates gun owners' constitutional rights. The author of the bill says it's about preventing all gun violence, including suicides.
Thinking about the fact that 78% of gun deaths in Minnesota are related to suicide.
The same panel on Wednesday night approved another gun control bill to require universal criminal background checks on all gun purchases. Both bills are expected to win approval on the House floor.
A 6-year-old Fargo boy is in remission with his battle against leukemia. And as a way to celebrate, he was taken on a special trip to meet some people who are also used to fighting off bad guys.
Valley News Team's Callie Hubbard tells us where this little boy landed to make his dreams come true.
And that he is. This is Grantley Johnson. He loves playing games, he's a wrestler, and he has the best one-liners for only being 6 years old.
Hello! He's like the comic relief of everything.
But it hasn't always been fun and games for Grantley. Last year, he developed an unusual rash on his body. Shortly after, he was diagnosed with AML, or acute myeloid leukemia.
You have all of your good cells in there, and it's just a bad cell that'll just keep multiplying.
And that one cell is what breaks down your whole immune system. So that meant Grantley needed chemotherapy to get rid of the bad cells and build up the good ones.
Your whole world is taken from underneath you, and you just have to figure out how to go day by day and keep smiling so that he smiles and keep going.
And the hospital visits weren't easy. Both Leah and her husband were by Grantley's side all along. That's 98 days to be exact.
Every day we stayed, never really left. He's a fighter. He's an absolute fighter.
But there was light at the end of the tunnel when Grantley was approached by the Make-A-Wish Foundation. The team found the perfect match. They sent the Johnson family to Universal Studios in Florida. In those 7 days, Grantley was able to live his dream by meeting some of his favorite superheroes. It's been nearly a year since Grantley went into the hospital for the first time, and now he's stronger than ever, just like his favorite superhero, Captain America.
Thanks you, Make-A-Wish, for making my wish come true.
Grantley is now cancer-free, but I think it's an important reminder to note that wishes like Grantley's wouldn't have been granted if it wasn't for the Make-A-Wish Foundation's Miles in Flight campaign. I'm here with the president and CEO, Billy Zielinski. And so tell me about, in this last hour, how many miles were donated?
Yes, so 430,249 miles have been donated. And I just want to say thank you to your viewers. Thank you for everyone who has donated. Thank you, KVLY, 5-star call centers, and the families who allow us into their lives. You know, they allow us in at very vulnerable times, as you saw with Grantley, and so we're just so thankful that we can make wishes come true, and we can't do it without you.
And you've been working around the clock tonight. There's people here that are still taking phone calls behind you over there and over here as well, working around the clock to just collect as many miles as we possibly can here. And you said by the end of March, what is your goal?
So by the end of March, we hope to have 1 million miles. We would love to have 5 million miles. That's how much we really need to cover all of our travel wishes for the year. But 1 million miles, and I think that, you know, this is a great start. And we'll be here until midnight taking calls at 800-362-9474. And you can donate online as well at northdakota.wish.org.
All right, well, I think this is just so amazing. Thank you so much for having us here tonight. I'm going to send it back over to you in this studio. Reporting in Fargo, Callie Hubbard, Valley News Live.
All right, thank you, Callie. And let's remind everyone one more time how they can donate some unused miles. You can call 1-800-362-9474. The miles can also be donated anytime, but today is a group effort throughout the state.
Lawmakers in North Dakota's House Transportation Committee gave a do-pass recommendation on a bill that would increase the fees for driver's licenses, which haven't been raised since 1987. The current fees bring in about $10 million a biennium, but the license division costs the state $15 million to operate. Raising the commercial and non-commercial license fees, including those for applications and tests, would help balance the budget.
Any dollars that we take out of the driver's license division basically takes dollars off the roadway for us to build and maintain roads.
Lawmakers are hoping to raise $5 million more a biennium with the changes. The bill passed the Senate. It still needs to be voted upon in the House.
Road construction season starts tomorrow in Fargo. 52nd Avenue South is going to be shut down between 47th and 53rd Streets. Crews are going to tear out the bridge over the county drain there. It will eventually be replaced with 2 bridges. It's the start of major reconstruction of this southwest Fargo traffic artery that's expected to last until the end of summer.
Political analyst and national TV journalist Greta Van Susteren is joining Valley News Live and Gray Television. Van Susteren will be our chief national political analyst for our Washington News Bureau. She's also working to develop shows for Gray TV stations. Greta has worked for Fox News, MSNBC, and CNN.
Later,